Hello everyone. Uh, so now I will. This is an introduction to like the following lectures that I'll make. So basically, I will conduct a series of lectures about a variety of topics in mathematics and specifically number theory. Um and I will deal with this from two different point of views. So one from a mathematical point of view, and the other would be from more computational point of view. So it depends on which lecture and so on. Uh, so as I was like a previous contestant in the competitive programming and so on, I I like to keep both perspectives. So for the mathematical one, in order to know how to think about the equations and so on, and also the computational one, in order to make sure how to like code that and how to find a good time complexity for the algorithms and so on. So in these lectures, I will be usually explaining some like theorem, and if possible, I will write some code for it. I will write it live, so in order to show the results right away, so the people can get an idea how to write the code and how it's supposed to run and so on. Hmm. Uh, so also like around 1 month ago, I made like a post uh, with a variety of topics that I learned in the past few years. So I'll be explaining a lot of them, but not all. So I remember in this post I already put enough sources for all of the material, but the reason I'm making these lectures is because some people, they are really new, and then it can be even hard for them to read from these sources and so on. So this lectures can somehow make this gap smaller, so the people can get into like the lectures. So hopefully they could understand uh, things in a simple way, somehow simple, and then they could after that they could read from like harder books and so on. Uh, so this basically should help the beginners and also maybe more advanced people in order to know the topics I'm talking about. So I might be making another post to continue like a few points that I forgot in the first post, and also this post will include a playlist of the lectures that I will be posting here. And this playlist might be updated in the next period, but it shouldn't happen that much because I recorded most of the lecture already. Uh, so some of the issues that you might find in the lectures. So I'm recording this from my own laptop, so the voice can be a bit noisy. I apologize for that. And I hope my voice is usually clear enough and loud and so on. Might not always be the case. Also, you might find me a lot of times that I'm speaking really slow, because I usually speak slow, and also I'm even speaking now more slow because I usually am thinking about the equations that I'm explaining, and also I'm taking some time because I'm writing them in the screen, so it's not like the fastest thing I do. So still, this also makes me like have some delay. Uh, and also sometimes, like not often though, but I make some pause in the middle because maybe I'm thinking like sometimes I just forget some small parts in a proof or so. So you might find me making pause for like 10 seconds or 15 seconds just because I'm thinking about it. So I hope all of this doesn't Like all of these don't make the lectures bad also. Like as a solution for all of this, you can like play the videos with higher speed. So for example, 1.5x or 2x. So this could solve this issue somehow. Because when you play it in high speed, then all these pauses will get less, and I will be somehow speaking in a normal way, and also the writing speed will get normal because to write with the mouse is somehow makes it slow to write the equations that I want. Uh, so as I said earlier, so some of the proofs I sometimes improvise them while I'm actually explaining, or some parts in the proofs. So like I'm familiar with the proofs, but maybe it's like from a long time ago. So sometimes I can forget like a small part in the proof or something like that. So you might find me that I could make some mistakes, but this doesn't happen so often. Uh, and you could also like find that I could make a small pause to also come up with some part in the proof and so on. So this just so may know, so in order to keep following properly. Also, I will be coding on my laptop, so the algorithms that I explained, and so I'm coding using C++. Uh, Once I code something, I compile it and run it live, and I put some print statements to show how it should appear. Also, sometimes I add like the assert statements to make sure that actually some invariants are like as they are expected to be, so to make sure the program is correct and so on. And very few times I could have like a bug or some compilation error. So these I usually fix like right away. So the bugs that appear shouldn't be an issue for the people. Also, so I try to be like organized because somehow I have a lot of topics in mind. I try to organize them in small related topics in each lecture. So some of the lectures could take long because the topic itself is hard, and I'm mentioning like examples and so on. So it could get hard like that, but usually in each lecture I'm taking like one or two topics. But still you might find it that I'm a bit not organized in my ideas. So sometimes I could remember an idea that I wanted to say in an earlier topic. So like it doesn't happen so often, but still I just thought I could speak about. I'll try to add in the description of each lecture, so the sources that I used for this, or for the material. So if you would like to read it more, or you would like to have like a clean reading, because the slides, because they are written, so some questions might not be that clear. And also I'll try to put like the description, when do I start speaking about each topic in the lecture. So somehow if someone wants a very specific topic, they can find from the description where exactly in the video they can find this topic. So last, um, so about the language. So as you can see, I will be speaking English during this lecture. So these lectures I intended for make it with like my region, which is basically the Middle East region. So I thought I could make it in Arabic, but then I found that most of the expressions that I will be using are algorithmic or mathematical. So these expressions I will say in English anyway. So I thought maybe it would be better to use English because it might reach more people and so on. And also it's a bit more professional. Uh, and also I wasn't sure that all the people would get my Egyptian Arabic. As far as I know, it's usually the case, but still I wasn't sure, so I thought this would also avoid another conflict. All right, so thank you, and I hope you enjoy the lectures, and it would be of great benefit uh, for everyone and from the region and so on. So thank you, and see you later.